All right, today we wanted to conclude our study of market segmentation with a look at psychographics. So, to this point, we studied geographics, which was a study of where people live, then demographics, which was a study of kind of their statistical makeup, meaning things that you can identify about them in just a short conversation or even by looking at them. So I found this graphic on the internet. I thought it did a really nice job of explaining the difference between demographics and psychographics. Demographics would be things that are very easy to find out about a person, or single, so like marital status, income, gender, geographic location of where they live. That obviously goes into geographics a little bit. Medical professional, meaning their occupation, and then 36 years old, their age. So basic, simple facts about people. Now, psychographics require a lot more research and a lot more in-depth conversation with people. What we want to find out with psychographics now is not only their personal characteristics, but what do they believe in? What are their values, their attitudes, their hobbies? And I think, again, as we look at this political election, this is a crucial part to segmenting a market, and especially with the way we can now target market using social media. So as we go down this article, I won't go through the entire article, but I want to highlight some of the key points, and then you can go back and read it, and your teachers can highlight some of the points as well. But what it says is psychographics are cognitive factors that drive consumer behaviors. So things like your morals, your ethics, your political values, your attitudes, your biases, your prejudices. And so the reason we need to do psychographics is because if we stopped at demographics in segmenting a market, we know that not all, say, Asian Americans think the same, or not all 18-year-olds think the same, or not all college educated people think the same. So we need to find out even more about them if we want to target them effectively. So what psychographics do is not only help us figure out their attitudes, but how to reach them. Meaning, what's the best way to reach someone with a certain, way of digesting media? Would it be mail? Would it be TV? Would it be billboards? Would it be social media? And how do we narrow it down even more specifically once we pick one or some of those? What we're seeing because of psychographics in today's day and age is a rise in what they call target advertising. And I think all of us are, I don't want to say victims of that, but we are all targeted through our social media. And social media allows companies or politicians to find out a heck of a lot more about us than probably we know based on just our clicks, what we browse. And so therefore it's great for marketers. They have a lot more information and they're able to target people very effectively. So down here, they give a great example at the end under the politics section. And they use a hypothetical person by the name of Jimmy in this article. And what they say about Jimmy as it comes to politics is that they did some research into him. And based on his online purchase history, he's a gun owner. So he's purchased guns in the past. Well, already now you have a strong fact about Jimmy that politicians can use one way or the other when marketing to him. Now, one of the interesting things that in this article, though, it also says not only is he a gun owner, but he's also liked several Facebook posts that talk about gun control, meaning he's a moderate. He has maybe opinions on both sides of the gun control issue. And immediately that would probably draw politicians towards him because they would look at him as a voter that could swing one way or the other. So let's say that you're a candidate that's more for gun rights. You believe that people have the rights to have guns. And so you look at Jimmy and you say, okay, well, there's a voter that we think we could push one way or the other. So how do you reach Jimmy? Well, first off, you do some studies on what kind of social media and what kind of media in general he digests on a daily basis. And then you use that. Would it be Twitter? Would it be Instagram? Would it be Facebook? But then also you could still reach him through direct mail. Obviously your address is out there. So finding a way to reach him would be good. But then more importantly would be the message. And that's what we're going to work on today. And the message that they used in this particular example was that if you really want Jimmy to swing towards your way of thinking or towards your candidate, you want to have an ad or promotion that shows or kind of capitalizes on Jimmy's fear, his anxiety, making him think that it's important to have a gun. So in this, they describe that an ad that would work with him would be someone breaking into a house, or I think they mentioned a hand smashing through a window to capitalize on his anxiety, his stress, and his fears. So that's psychographics. Again, what that means is you really want to get to the bottom of what makes Jimmy, what worries him, what makes him happy. You want to capitalize on his fears, on his joys. And if you can get that information about people, then you can more strongly reach them. And you see that in all kinds of political ads, and you see that from all kinds of companies. And we'll work on that not only today with the politicians, but we'll work on that more throughout the semester here with products and companies. In the next video, I'll explain the assignment.